Hey YouTube, it's Will from secondhandbike.eu with 3 common problems you need to avoid when buying a second-hand Brompton. Now, you should have a checklist or a safety list for all bikes that you need to go through, or like a process for inspecting it. This is 3 problems on top of that, things that specifically affect the Brompton because of its size and the way it closes together. First of all, look very carefully at the front mudguard and the parts of the frame here, because when the bike has been closed so many times, that impact can start to crack the mudguard. Not a huge issue, you can just get a replacement, but it's a hassle. But it can also cause a crack on the frame itself. Now that is going to cost a lot more to replace. So look out for that, and if it's got a crack on the frame from that impact, you need to avoid the bike completely. Number 2, very often the rims are worn away and you're going to have to replace them completely. So look carefully. If it has these black grooves in the rims, you can see that it's been really worn away, and you're going to have to pay to get them sanded down. You can try and do it yourself, but this is a really common problem on Bromptons. And it's because the wheels are smaller. If there's less rim area, there's less area to absorb the surface pressure. And what happens is there's a substance, like a black substance you'll often see, which is aluminium powder or filings mixed with dirt and parts of the brake pad, and this will then just wear away at the rim, and sooner or later, if it keeps on getting worse, the tyre can start to come out of its place. It can even hit the brake pads, and the heat when you're braking can then cause the tyre to explode, which is a big safety issue. So try and avoid the second-hand Bromptons where the rims are really in a bad condition, or at least try and get a lower price so you can factor in replacing them. The third thing to look for is any wobbling or bad connection when the clamps are brought together, because these clamps are, again, there's an impact every time. Sometimes they don't connect perfectly, or the pin in between the 2 clamps starts to get bent or worn away. Now this can create wobbles when you're riding, so you don't have a good stiffness when you're riding, which just makes it harder to ride and it's more uncomfortable. And it's also a safety issue, because if it comes loose completely, then the bike will fall apart. So these are my 3 tips for things you need to look at when buying second-hand Brompton. Go to my website, secondhandbike.eu, for more tips on second-hand bikes, and I have an ebook out called Make Money Selling Second-Hand Bikes. Post your comments below and give me a like if this was useful. Thanks.